A loving father, a devoted husband, a respected physical therapist, or so it seemed. Behind the white picket fence of the Todt family's Florida home, a horrifying truth was waiting to be uncovered. How could a man, once trusted and admired, turn into a cold-blooded killer? And why did he take the lives of those he was supposed to protect? Today, we dive deep into one of the most chilling family murder cases in modern history. Welcome to Secrets in the Shadows. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell. Now, let's unravel the dark secrets behind the case of Anthony Todt. Anthony Todt seemed like the picture-perfect family man. He was a successful physical therapist, running a thriving business with his wife Megan in Connecticut. Together, they had 3 beautiful children, Alec, Tyler, and Zoe. They lived a comfortable life, splitting time between Connecticut and their Disney-inspired home in Celebration, Florida. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming, cracks that would soon lead to an unspeakable tragedy. The Todt family appeared to be leading a picturesque life. In 2017, they moved from Connecticut to Celebration, Florida, a community originally developed by the Walt Disney Company, though Disney no longer owns it. Their new neighborhood was known for its carefully designed homes, manicured streets, and a sense of idyllic suburban living, seemingly the perfect place to raise a family. Based on their social media posts, the Todt family seemed to be happy, close, and active in their local community. They shared photos of family outings, vacations, and special moments, painting a picture of warmth and togetherness. Unfortunately, things weren't quite as perfect as they seemed from the outside. Anthony Todt was a longtime physical therapist and the owner of Family Physical Therapy in Colchester, Connecticut. He traveled between Connecticut and Florida, attempting to keep his struggling business afloat. But while the business appeared successful, it was, in truth, built on fraud. For years, Todd had been billing Medicaid and private health insurance companies for hundreds of hours of care he never provided. Investigators uncovered an extensive scheme where Todd manipulated financial records to keep up the illusion of a thriving practice while pocketing fraudulent earnings. In total, Todd received roughly $130,000 from fraudulent bills, eventually catching the attention of federal investigators. In November 2019, federal agents interviewed Todd and searched his office. At the time, he told them he intended to plead guilty and would find an attorney, as Wesh reported back in 2020. However, by December, Anthony Todt had cut off communication with investigators entirely. Then, concerned relatives contacted authorities to report that they hadn't heard from the Todts. The last they'd heard, the family had gotten sick with the flu around Christmas time. "I'm wondering if somebody can do a wellness check on my brother and his family," Anthony Todd's sister, Chrissy Caplet, told dispatchers. "They've been really sick for probably like the past week and a half, and I can't seem to get a hold of them." After fielding these calls, authorities reportedly stopped by the Todd family's home multiple times to check on them. No one came to the door. It wasn't until mid-January that they finally forced their way inside. During his trial, Anthony Todt told jurors he had no recollection of his interviews with detectives. "My testimony today is the fact that Megan killed her kids and killed herself," he declared. He claimed that Megan had been struggling with Lyme disease and had become severely depressed after suffering multiple miscarriages. She was supposedly so sick that she could barely walk upstairs or care for herself. According to Todt, Megan had also become obsessed with reincarnation. In her weakened state, he claimed, she had hoped to die with her family and be reincarnated into a better life. Todd's version of events stated that he had come home one day in December to find that Megan had killed their children. After he rushed to check on them and confirmed that they were dead, he claimed, he watched as Megan stabbed herself and died right in front of him. However, relatives of Megan disputed these claims. They stated that the last time they saw her, she had seemed happy and healthy. There was no indication that she was ill, suicidal, or obsessed with the apocalypse. Despite his attempts to shift the blame onto his wife, forensic evidence and expert testimony proved that Anthony Todt was responsible for the murders. His multiple conflicting confessions only further solidified his guilt in the eyes of the jury. Autopsy reports confirmed that Megan and the children had been drugged with high doses of Benadryl before being suffocated. The medical examiner noted that the bodies had been in advanced stages of decomposition when found, indicating that the murders occurred weeks before Todt's arrest. There were no signs of struggle, suggesting that the victims were unconscious or incapacitated at the time of death. In court, jurors viewed video evidence of Todt confessing to the murders and detailing his failed suicide attempts while living with the corpses. He admitted to holding a pillow on his daughter's face for 10 to 15 minutes. Todt had described how he and his wife planned the murders, believing an apocalypse was imminent. He admitted to suffocating his children and dog, and then his wife, after her suicide attempt, failed. However, Todt later recanted this confession in his letter, claiming his wife was solely responsible for the deaths. In April 2022, a jury found Anthony Todt guilty of first-degree murder in the killings of his wife and 3 children. Calling Todt a destroyer of worlds, Judge Keith Karsten sentenced him to 4 consecutive life terms in prison for the murders, plus another year for animal cruelty. Even after his conviction, Todt has continued to pursue legal action. He filed a federal lawsuit against the jail that housed him for over 2 years, claiming that it unlawfully released to the media a letter he wrote to his father. The lawsuit alleges that the release of the letter violated his due process rights and constituted an unlawful search and seizure. He claims that the jail seized the letter without a court order and that prosecutors tipped off reporters about it. The suit names the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, Osceola County Jail, then Sheriff Russell Gibson, and other officials. Was this a crime of desperation, a result of financial ruin, or was Anthony Todt always hiding a darkness that no one saw coming? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Was justice served, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Secrets in the Shadows, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe.